having a wonderful morning. And if you can get to a window, you might have a chance to see something we haven't seen in a couple days, it seems like. That big glowing ball in the sky, the sun. It is gorgeous out right now. And can't wait to have a day where the sun's shining, but I don't think it's going to last. It looks like it might cloud up here in a bit. Let me see here if we're... Yeah, it looks like we've got sound coming through. I was just checking the stream out there. There's the church bell. Must be 9. So that's it. We're set up down here to maybe see the demolition of the buildings here in Massillon. Not sure if it's going to happen today or not, but we're going to work mobile from the truck here after I get done with this flight. And we're going to switch back to the ground camera. And if something starts to happen, we will launch the drone and get this view. But the guys just kind of got on site here and been moving around. So not sure if the demo is going to happen today or not. But that's it. Just thought we would share out that stream with you. Let you see what was happening down here in Massillon. And go from there. Share this out there. A lot of people are finding this interesting. And we would love to share it with everybody. Right where you're watching from, if you're watching this. It's interesting to see. We've seen South Carolina and Tennessee, I think, throughout the different streams we've been doing down here. People that have lived in Massillon and have moved away. But definitely history taking place. Like I always say, whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, it's going to be history either way. So we're glad to be able to cover it in between jobs here this afternoon. And what's nice is I got the same thing I can sit in my office and do. I can do it from just about anywhere. So as soon as I get done with this live stream, we will be working here. I will switch down to the ground camera and let it roll. They were up taking a look at the face here in the lift a few minutes ago when I was setting up. Sound isn't good. What's it doing? Is it not loud or choppy or... So that's it. We're set up down here to No, I'll have to check on the sound here. I'm not sure. It sounded like it was coming through on my device. Tom, I'm not sure what's happening for you. I'll check into that. Could be where I'm wearing this wireless mic. Thanks, Timothy. Yeah, I just listened to it. I'm not sure. Could just be something with the internet connection. Could be where I'm wearing this wireless mic. Sorry. But that's it. Just here. Oh, there's that sun going away, going into the clouds. Thank you, everybody, for the sound check. Appreciate that. Also, just FYI for all the haters out there, we are flying safely over a covered structure, following all the FAA rules. We've got some individuals trying to say that we're flying this unsafe, and that's just not the case. We've been doing this for 9 years plus, almost, I'd say 4 to 5 flights a day. So definitely paying attention to all the rules and regulations while we're flying. And we've got a 100% safety track record in those 9 years. Definitely wouldn't want to jeopardize our business. We love being able to bring stuff like this to you. And to do that, we've got to fly safely and dot our I's and cross our T's. So just another reminder, we're always watching the drone and making sure it's safe, because that's how we make our living as well. We don't want to jeopardize the ability to provide a living for my family. So definitely paying attention to all the regulations while we're flying stuff like this. We don't want to hurt anybody or hurt our equipment either. Got to be able to go out and make lunch money for the kids and put dinner on the table. So we take that very seriously. So just a little PSA reminder. Yeah, thanks, Daniel. We do many projects, even right on the airport property, for the business park over there in North Canton. And there's a way to operate safely in every airspace if you know the rules and regulations. And it isn't cheap to keep up on all that stuff. And we try to pursue all the new information as soon as it's available. In fact, this morning I just got an FAA briefing, and I always open them up to see if there's anything about drones, see something that we might have missed. But that's unfortunately there was nothing about drones in there. So, but it's still interesting information, even if it's not about drones. Some of the stuff going on, with commercial aircraft and maintenance procedures on a regular aircraft, some of that stuff ties in, even though it's not directly related to the drone sphere. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Linda. Appreciate that. Jackie, I'm not sure. No word on the actual. Brooke, yeah, that they did look like they had some LED lights in their hands. Daniel, yeah, as far as I know, they're coming down. There's no change in that. So it's just when they can get everything safely done. Yeah, no problem, Jackie. And sorry sometimes if you're commenting, I'm only glancing over there, but so I don't get all the comments the whole time. So I apologize if I don't answer you on air, but feel free to anybody that's in the chat to answer any of the questions if you know the answers. I know there's a lot of people in here that do know what's kind of going on more than others, but I also invited the city to comment on what's going on, that I would leave a microphone open for anybody that wanted to talk from the city yesterday, but I'm not sure if anybody will stop down and, want to talk about the process and what's going on or not. I would definitely love that. Always love to find somebody that knows exactly what's going on in these kind of situations, or at least as much as is publicly available. So gotta love the zoom in on this camera. There's no doubt about it. Another reason why we love this drone, because we can be across the street over buildings and still get a nice zoomed in view on what's going on. I said this the other day on the live stream, that definitely allows us to operate safely in all kinds of environments where there's people. Yeah, I guess there's LED lights right across there that they're removing now. I personally, I don't think I've ever seen them lit up, but if that's what they are, that would be pretty cool when it's lit up. Not sure when the building's coming down, sometime soon. Hey, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. It's always good to save stuff, David, as much as you can. Definitely a market for that kind of stuff. Oh, David, I didn't know that. I didn't know they had lights like that all downtown. Is that something that was in conjunction with the streetscape project, or was it something before that? Yeah, definitely interesting stuff, that's for sure. definitely a lot of people stopping by and taking pictures. You know, they get the cell phones out and taking pictures of what's going on. Definitely a lot of people have a lot of memories, and was chatting with a passerby that stopped yesterday and talked for a few minutes um, about their memories of being in that Conrad building and looking out those windows as a kid and thinking how cool that was to be up there on that third floor looking out over the city, and kind of brought tears to his eyes, you know, because it was a memory that he shared with a family member. So definitely for someone like that that had those memories, hard to see that come down, you know, because then your memories, you kind of forget about it if it's not there. But every time you pass that place with those windows that you looked out as a kid, that brings back those memories, good memories. So it's definitely, you know, not the easiest thing when something like this is going on for people. Yeah, it definitely is. Shelia, how are you this morning? Definitely made a difference on, we had the pleasure of shooting a history project for the Canal Fulton Heritage Society a few years ago before the pandemic, and they were doing like audio recordings at that time when they first started. And I said, well, let's do some video. And we sat down with a few people in Canal Fulton and Tales of Our Town, and we did, I think, 3 or 4 different tales from different people in the community. And you know, growing up in the town, these stories were very cool for me to hear, because you know, growing up in the town and looking at some of these buildings and things like that, I knew about the buildings, but I didn't know the history behind them and all the cool stories. So definitely would like to get back into that project, because you know, unfortunately, um, at least one of those people has since passed away, and without those stories documented, they're gone, because you know, that person's account, nobody really, you know, knows that as much as the person that is telling the story, you know, firsthand account in the information. So I'd like to get back into doing them, because definitely cool. You learn a lot um, to hear those stories. I wish I would have had a microphone and video camera back when I was a kid. My great grandfather telling stories, and then my grandfather as well. Um, but we just, I mean, there was the technology, but it's not like today where, you know, everybody's recording everything and posting it out there. Today, some of those stories, you know, would definitely go viral. You know, if you put them out there. So, of course, again, you know, also people might find some of them non-appropriate. So, but definitely cool to sit down and hear some of the stories. And Massillon is no exception. The history here in Massillon, I'm sure, is abundant. So well, I think that's going to do it. I got to get to work here, so I think I'm going to switch back to this ground camera, and I'm gonna leave you guys from the air. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave it running. There's may or may not be any sound. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave the sound on or not. I definitely won't be talking over the video, so just sit back, relax, and watch the show, and I'll be back with the drone if something changes. But I am going to end this live stream right now, and then I'll restart it from the ground. So we'll talk to you here shortly. Bye-bye.